lads, today we have a bit of a, what's the word, sort of a continuation of my method that I posted yesterday. So this method is, if you guys don't know, is pretty much the best method in the game right now. It's the best snipe filter in my opinion anyway. So all these cards you see here, I got for 1000 MT. So got some for 3500, got some for 2300, got some for 5700. A lot of them I got on stream, a lot of them I got for 1000 MT. Basically all of them I got for 1000 MT. So it's just insane profits made here. So if I was to just redeem all of these, which now I can, because obviously got the clip for the video, so now we'll just redeem all of these. That's about how this works. It's just an absolutely phenomenal method. As you can see, almost up to 800k. I've made about 150 to 200k in the past 24 hours roughly, I think, off the top of my head. It's just an absolutely phenomenal method. You can get so many amazing cards, like not amazing cards, but like well-valued cards for so cheap, it's unbelievable. So normally what the method is you sort of just figure out what the cheapest buy now is for a lot of the cards. At the moment, the cheapest buy now for a lot of the cards is about 1100. So I normally tend to go about 950, and then literally what I do then is I just spam the filter, and we go from there. Any cards pop up, I know I can buy them because I know that I can make. Oh, I know. Oh, hello, bro. What is it with me making Nerlens Noel as well, dude? What is it with me making so much MT when? What is it with me finding players that are just making so much MT, man? How much is this Cody Zeller going for? Like, it's 2k. He goes for 2k. I just sniped him for what, 650? Just insane. Just insane. So that is the method, if you guys don't know. But now we're gonna expand on it. Now, if you don't find anything for a few minutes, start bidding on them. What I mean by bidding on them is you are literally gonna bid on every single card for the price that you snipe the cards for. So 950. So obviously I sniped the cards for 950. So I know that I can literally go across and place a 950 bid on every single one of these cards, because that's what I would snipe them for. If you win them for 950, obviously you get some amazing results out of that, just because then you can go list the cards for what you were intentionally going to sell them for. But also, if no one bids on that card, you are getting an auction house refund as well. So you are getting some amazing stuff for that as well. So what I tend to do is I normally tend to go about the 5-minute mark. I go about the 5-minute mark, then what I tend to do then is go back to the 950 buy now method. I then sort of like go cross between which ones I want to go in unison. Now Amethyst I do tend to bid 1000. I'm not too sure why I was bidding that much on them for, but Amethyst I do tend to bid for 1000 just because they quick sell for 1000. So obviously if you get them below the 1000, you can quick sell them, or you can sell them on for a bit more profit. That kind of depends on you and how much room you have in your auction list. It's just literally you can just go for like the 5-minute mark, 10-minute mark, 20-minute mark. You can go for as long as you want. Just basically you're just bidding what you would snipe them for. Now I maybe not consider bidding on the sapphires, just because sapphires at the moment aren't really, they're the ones that are the lowest price. Now, the reason why I'm bidding on them is just because I want to make as much MT as I can. So if I can make like 40, like minimum 40 MT on a card, I'm going to do it. Obviously, you might not want to do that, so you might want to skip over Amethyst, or you may want to bid 900. Because if they're selling for 1100 and you sell them for 900, that is 90 MT. Obviously, if you treat it as then, if you sell 10 of them, you get 900 MT. Just think of it like that. It just sounds a lot better in your head when you put it that way. So literally, Amethyst, you bid 1000. And then obviously whatever your snipe filter was, that's what your bid filter would be. So if you snipe them for 950, set your maximum bid to 900, and then bid 950 on every single card, except for Amethyst. Bid 1000 just because odds on if you get them for 950, you can just quick sell it, or you can sell it for the 1200 and make a little bit more MT. Just because Amethyst at the moment are kind of bottom of the barrel in terms of like how much they're worth compared to how much they quick sell for. So again, like sapphires I'm bidding 950, bronzes I'm bidding 950 if a bronze ever sneaks in you. It's rare that a bronze does sneak through you, I'll be honest, just because bronzes and silvers and golds do tend to go for a little bit more, just because at the moment they're not as common on the auction house. But I would it's a Luka Doncic there, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I would implore you guys, go out and try this method at the moment because it's phenomenal. Now what you do then is you literally, while you're waiting for these, you can just go inspect the ones you have. Or you can just go back to trying to snipe them. You can go back to your 950 snipe filter and just go from there. So literally just keep spamming this refresh for obviously the next 2 or 3 minutes. then go check your auction outcomes, and obviously you will lose a lot of the players, like, but the ones you do win, you could potentially make quite a bit of MT off of. Now, I do prefer the sniping. I do prefer this method, the sniping them, just because it's quite unlikely that say a 4K or a 3K card comes through as a bid. It does happen. It has happened to me before, like with other filters and stuff. So it does definitely happen. It's very unlikely that it does happen, but it does happen. So obviously, keep bidding on them because sometimes one does slip through. Also, if you know how much a card goes for, like I know Draymond Green, as I'm making this video, sells for about 4,000 MT. So if I see a Draymond Green, I'll bid up to like 2,000. If I can get that card for 2,000, obviously I can sell it for 4K, make like 1,600 MT profit, and maybe get an auction house refund as well on top of that. So again, if nothing pops up for 950, just go back to the 950 bid. Also, you can increase this to 1,000 just to see if there's anything been listed for 1,000. I do sometimes go to 1050 just in case. You just never know. You never know what someone's listed up that someone's not looked at. But majority of the time, I do spend most of my time on 950 just because I know if something pops up at 950, whether it's a sapphire card or a gold card, I know anything that pops up on 950, I can buy it, and like I can just literally, I don't have to like take a quick second to figure out what that card is. So like in terms of like this method at the moment, it is the best way to make MT at the moment. If you don't want to sit on like Dark Matter filters, like obviously there's Mike Conley there. If you don't want to sit on Dark Matter filters for hours and hours and hours, I'd probably recommend you sit on these filters because these filters are phenomenal right now. Even if you don't want to sell the cards, what I would recommend you try and do is, once you recognize a card is worth a lot, like 3 or 4K, go have a look, see if he has an agenda. Because odds on, that's the reason why he's so expensive. Like Draymond Green, I'm fairly sure has an agenda. He's like 3 or 4K for an Emerald or a Draymond Green. Obviously, you're not really going to use a Draymond Green. But he most likely, I think he does have an agenda, so that's probably why he is as expensive as he is. Now, I'll do like two more refreshes, and then I'll go have a look at what we have won and what we have lost. So, yeah, let's go see what we've won and what we've lost. So let's quickly scroll down and see what we've won. All right, so we won quite a few of them, to say the least. So, yeah, we'll keep getting rid of these outbids because we don't really care about these. So, Kevin Love slipped through for 850. Not too bad then. Obviously, we bid 950, we won it for 950, and we get a 100 MT refund. So, quite a bit of MT to be made potentially there. Zion Williamson slipped through. A Fred VanVleet slipped through for 700 MT, which isn't too bad. Obviously, quick sells for 600, so a little bit of MT to be made on him. A Kyrie Irving slipped through for 900, so I can just quick sell him for 1,000 if I really wanted to, just to get the quick MT back. Obviously, a few Kyrie Irvings are slipping through. Just a few Amethysts tend to be slipping through, just because there's not a lot of profit margin in Amethysts, so people just sort of like just ignore them for the most part. But overall, like out of all those cards, we've won quite a few of them, to say the least. So there's a lot of MT to be made there. But again, you're seeing like the majority of my MT that I'm going to be making here is from the cards I've sniped. So again, I would spend most of your time on the sniping version of this. Like as you can see, Nerlens Noel. And man, like let's just go check that Nerlens Noel does have an agenda. Because if he does, I might just do that and then go sell him. Let's see. Yeah, he has 1 block. So you get 1 block and then go sell Nerlens Noel for 3 to 4K. Like, it's just insane, man. It's just insane. So, boys, that's going to do it for the video. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please drop a like in the video and subscribe to the channel if you are brand new around here. It does help out the channel a ton. I shall see you guys later, and take care. And peace. I want to give a massive shout out to channel members Ants, Waze, Hans, Lewis, Wallow, Casey, Magic Magpie, Michael, Mario, Kia, Hammer, Jack, Lindsay, and Josh's mum. Thank you guys so much for all your support.